The zombie virus, the prophetic dream of Susan B. Brotherton. My dream, March 23, 2015. The zombie virus, shared over 10 years ago at the church in Kansas during dream interpretation, but no one understood it, including myself. In my dream, I was in the small fast food joint with my aunt, falling in line in front of the register cashier to order our food. The staff is still preparing the food to cook. I remember that they didn't have enough staff. In my dream, I thought the young man working there had a virus. Then in my dream, I was in this big building where many people were passing by. It was like a public place under the building. I heard a virus was scattered to many places and people got it like a zombie virus. That once they get it from the bite, they will become one of them. In the apartment on the third floor or fourth floor, the people in this apartment were trying to live normally. One man and two women were busy in the kitchen fixing the meal. I was watching the front door to make sure nobody was trying to get into the apartment. I looked at the window and the other buildings or apartments were silent. And then more than 5 people tried to get into the apartment. So I locked all the other two locks while the knob was already locked. I tried to lock it on the right side while holding the door tight with my left hand, pushing it so tight that I could lock it right. I can see the locks were unusual. They look like ancient locks. The upper right lock of the front door was different. I could not understand how to lock it well, but I thought I had locked it well. I was trying to protect these people and their 3 small kids, 2 boys and 1 girl. And then there's another lock on the lower left side of the front door. It was different locker, but the same thin, long locker as the other one. Now I saw that door was noisy, with more people's hands pushing it hard to open the front door and banging on the door just to get in, to get us or kill us. So I looked at the other kitchen door to see if it was locked. I checked it, and when I was about to lock it, I remembered to check outside, and then I realized that there was a small sunroom porch with screened walls, and the door was wide open. I asked the older woman, who was in her 50s, to go outside and lock the door. When she was about to close the door, a woman her age came and bit her. I don't know why, but in my dream, the sunroom was all screened only and not supposed to worry about locking the door there. So I had no choice but to lock the kitchen door while the other people, husband and wife and their 3 kids from 5 to 9 years old, were gathering together to protect one another. Then the front door opened and a bunch of people with a virus were about to come in. They looked normal, but their eyes were not blinking. They were about to get in, so we ran in a hurry to get down the steps at the back exit of the building or apartment. We lost them, zombies, so we got into the old place where there were no people in the building, so we could rest and hide from the virus people. We found a safe place. We know that many people become one of them or became one of them. So we got out and took advantage of that time to leave while no zombies were coming yet to our area. It was already nighttime, and we can see the place where only a very few people were there. But I saw a small group of young kids in one group talking to each other, and they did not look at us while we were passing by them. They were busy standing in a group circle and talking, but I could not hear their voices. I saw the wire fence not very far away. This fence is located at the back of the big community where the areas and buildings are old and dead. So we attempted to get there to the fence. In my dream, I see the husband and wife walking ahead of us to get to the barbed wire fence. Then I notice the son and then the girl following their parents. The youngest son was with his parents, but I only see very clearly, or to my attention, the girl walking behind her brother. And then I saw an American military bulldozer coming, looking for the people who were still alive and no virus. And then when we got there and got out of the barbed wire fence, I heard the two American soldiers in uniforms calling for the people to be in a hurry to get together in the one-lane street to fall in line. We were behind the military bulldozer, and I saw a soldier walking in front of the bulldozer. And then we walked slowly. It looked like we were trying not to be heard by the zombies, while the one soldier was also alert and holding his arm gun while walking with us. I noticed that there were fewer people inside the street with us, and no one came out of that city's large old area. It was not quite dark yet, but it was nighttime. In my dream, I was wondering why we had to get into the one-lane street while walking. The street is not concrete, but a stony road. I saw smoke, gray smoke, on the right side of the street. I realized in my dream that these soldiers were disinfecting the areas. On my right hand, when I looked back at the area where the old and dead city was, I saw very heavy smoke in a gray color. It was really heavy smoke, like a storm to kill all the viruses, including the people with the virus, that the big city was almost covered with this infected smoke. And I remember that the buildings in that very old city, I could see the smoke, disinfectant smoke almost covered all the buildings, tall buildings. I said to my right side because in my dream I kept looking at my back while walking and staring at the stony one-lane road behind us. And then when I turned my head, it was to my right side. And then on my right side and left side, it was also heavy smoke, but in our lane or street, the smoke could not reach us and we were safe. By Susan B. Brotherton.